The Masters tournament giving back in a big way today. They handed out more than $600,000 to almost 50 local charities this morning.
What's extraordinary about this process is oftentimes we learn about organizations that we didn't know existed, and they're doing things that we often take for granted.
Today, we're going to introduce you to two of those charities that help provide some of the most important basic needs, beds and food. Take a look.
Even if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, at least you woke up in a bed. Daryl Morse spends his days working for the people who don't.
Can you imagine being a parent and having your 5-year-old child sleep on the floor on a pallet? I mean, literally a pallet. You know, a raincoat, sleeping on a blanket.
His group, Restart Augusta, builds beds from the ground up and delivers them to people who need a place to dream.
Receiving that bed, we think, is such a psychological boost. How can you have a good day? How can you think about really restarting your outlook, restarting your approach to life, unless you can get a good night's sleep?
Volunteers buy the lumber, cut it, and of course, sand it.
So that we never carry a splinter into a home.
Then they assemble, paint it, and deliver it with bedding to go on top.
It's everything from a big smile to a hug and tears.
Over in Harrisburg, Icebox Ministries is providing beds of a different kind. These beds grow their own food, and it makes sure families around here never go hungry.
Harrisburg is a food desert. We all know that, and access to healthy food is difficult.
But Tasha Allison says if you learn to grow it yourself, you've always got something to eat. Right now, there are about 200 raised beds at homes in Harrisburg.
We have winter crops growing right now, some broccoli and kale, and if we can keep the rabbits out of them.
It's been so popular, now they have an abundance of food. So with the extra money from this grant, they'll teach people how to preserve their harvest until they need it again.
And this is always a highly competitive process full of written applications, financial scrutiny, and even a site visit before they were chosen by a panel. And this year, 48 charities made the cut, and most got between $10,000 to $15,000 in funding.
That's a big boost, and if you wonder what the golf club over on Washington Road does to give back, today is a great example.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And people, they were so thankful this morning. They had an entire ceremony where each charity could get up and explain exactly what this money is going to go to help them do in that specific group. So it was interesting to hear
it's great
everything
to see
they're going to be able to do.
The Masters year-round. Kevin?